What's up, guys? This is Kalo, and normally I'm here to give you the lowdown on all things gaming, but welcome back to another episode of Community Kitchen, where we're cooking up the latest and greatest gaming news headlines. And who better to join me today than Aiden? Why don't you say what's up?
Hello, everybody. Welcome to Game Sandwich, where we promise we will never be used in a political ad.
Never. Lord, we know we'd be in trouble if we were used there. But before we get into today's topic, which is one I am very excited to talk about, or not excited, I don't know. We'd like to say thank you to each and every one of you guys that are liking these videos, subscribing to Game Sandwich, and if you're new here, do all that. And if you haven't yet, join our community Discord. Links to that is in the video description down below. Now, Aiden, I have brought you in today because you are, in the world of Community Kitchen, you are the Master Chief to my Cortana. I'm the little AI that you carry with you, and then people say they hate my clone in the infinite entry of our game, and then so on and so forth. But I want to talk about Halo today because what better time to talk about Halo and Xbox than right now? I Part of me, and we've talked about this in a video earlier this week, we're massive Halo fans, and we've long pined for the days of old where Halo's on top. It is a great game, top to bottom, and we want to diagnose what went wrong with Halo and what got us here, because there's a lot of moving parts here that I think it's worthy to discuss. Aiden, I want to ask you now, state of Halo, as we stand here in 2025. What are the vibes? What are the feelings around Halo and our green
Um,
astronaut friend?
okay, well, just to preface things here, I am not as big of a Halo fan here as Kevin is. I am the one who casually enjoys all the Halo games
Yeah.
and then stopped enjoying them whenever Halo Infinite came out because I was like, this is too much of a grind for things. I want a straightforward campaign again. But for me, Halo is in like I don't know about the online. I enjoyed the online of Infinite a little bit. I played it a little bit, but I have other things I have to do and I can't always be playing the online for it. But with that being said though, Infinite wasn't my cup of tea. I didn't love it. I thought it was like honestly, I thought that one was just like a bit too far. I was like, I don't enjoy this. It's become a collectathon, it feels like. It's not amazing, and I dropped it. I never finished the campaign for it. It's the first Halo game I never finished the campaign for. And now I see that there's the whole Halo campaign evolved thing. And honestly, part of me is excited to go back and play Halo because I really enjoy the first one. I loved the first one. It's one of the first M-rated games or whatever that I was actually allowed to play. Same thing with like Halo 3, which holds a special place in my heart. So like there you go. I'm excited for it, but at the same time, I'm like, it's not super necessary, because we do have the Master Chief Collection. It was remastered a little bit. And so, like, if I really wanted to play it too, I can just play it on Steam.
Yeah. So, I 100% retweet everything you've said. Where I have enjoyed the multiplayer for Infinite. I think it's the best the series has to offer as far as movement, as far as weapons, as far as everything. The campaign for Infinite felt very grindy, felt unnecessarily long, and I've been so checked out of Halo campaigns in general since like Halo 4, if not sooner than that. Now, that's where I want to take the time machine and go back to where the crux of this all, the catalyst, if you will, started for what I call the downfall of Halo. The fall of Reach, the fall of Halo, you know? So there was that clear era in time where we went from Halo 3, and then you got ODST, or then you got Reach, then you got ODST, where that still felt like the Halo of old. And then you start to understand that there was that transition of the franchise between Bungie and 343, now Halo Studios. Clearly, whenever you see that transition of a franchise between a studio, I think up front you understand that there is going to be that change of like fundamentally what made Halo Halo, if that makes any sense, where it's like I can give my family recipe to someone else and they can make it, but something there will taste different, you know? That is where I feel like this all started.
No, I mean, I agree with you there. So ODST was one of my favorites. I absolutely loved it.
Yeah, so good.
Reach, I think, was amazing too. I especially love the ending to Reach.
Yeah. Oh,
But honestly, like once you hit Halo 4, that's where it starts to go downhill for me.
yeah.
And then Halo 5, if I'm remembering correctly, Halo 5 was the one with Spartan Lock, right?
Mm-hmm. Guardians.
And that
Mm-hmm.
one was just like absolutely terrible to me.
Oh, I'm gonna get there. Don't
Like
you worry. I'm gonna get
I
there.
didn't like that one at all. And then after that, I'm just like, okay, Halo Infinite, cool. It's a return. It feels good, like gameplay wise. The grappling hook is very fun to use. But overall, like you said, it just felt like a slog to get through. It felt very grindy. I didn't like it. That's why I ended up dropping it. It was like it followed that same structure that kind of feels like oh, what's the game? It's like Shadow of War or whatever.
Oh, Lord of the Rings.
Where it feels like, yeah, where it feels like kind of like that structure where like you have to go defeat this boss in this area in order to unlock a next thing, defeat this boss in this area, like go to these camps, kill these bosses, you know? And that always feels grindy. It feels less grindy in an RPG game, but in a freaking FPS game, it feels very bad.
Oh, trust me. And you brought this up in a video where you were like talking about the downfall of certain franchises, where it's like once you adopted that open world thing over a linear thing, that's where
Yeah.
the water starts to get muddy.
It's
But
like to preface this for people too, like even Borderlands. Like Borderlands, I love the series to death. It is like one of my favorite game series ever. But honestly, I would say world design for 3 is better than world design for 4. And just like I say that because linear areas, you progress through these areas, hey, it feels better than just being able to go pick and choose what you want to do. Like that makes it feel more grindy and it ends up not feeling good for a game. And so like that I feel like is where like a big downfall of games is. Like I saw it in Pokemon too.
yeah,
So it's like, come on.
it's all there. And I want to talk about Halo 5 Guardians real quick because I have never seen such a blunder for a game where the marketing material, if you recall those commercials, where it's like there was a heavy, like, inclination that Master Chief might be the bad guy of this game, where he's gone rogue and it's your job in this game to bring him in. That mystery and that allure of our beloved Master Chief, the guy we all know and love as the badass superhero of the day, he is now the ultimate enemy. And as a Halo fan, seeing those commercials and seeing him, like there was that one where he was dead, like against the statue, and it's like Locke looks up at the statue and he goes, "Oh, this is you," or whatever. That was so cool and so enticing, and like I bought in fully to that idea. And then to play the game and get the story we got, and it was like, bro, like you really did this? Like that wasn't even the story. Like he was going after Cortana, whatever. Like he went off mission, but those commercials versus what we got were two different things.
See, I you're bringing back a little bit of memories here for it, but honestly, I don't remember Halo 5 like at all. Like I remember Spartan Lock. I remember him. I remember like what you're saying here, but I like it to actually think about the game. I'm like I'm drawing a blank about like what is actually in it because I don't it's not memorable at all.
Yeah.
Like even Halo Infinite, the little that I played of it is more memorable than the entirety of Halo 5.
And that is the other big part of what I think went wrong with Halo, of how memorable it was. You go back to like Halo 1 to 3, you remember the flood, you remember all of the enemies, you remember 343 Guilty Spark, you remember all of the enemies like the Arbiter, like the memorable characters. Sure, you remember Spartan Locke, but if you tell me, gun to my head, who is the name of the antagonist in Halo 4, if you even tell me who is the antagonist in Infinite, I only remember because I played it a few months back, but I can't name these people. Like, there is such a lack of a good, enticing story there. And again, for a game that hinged its whole career on a very meaningful campaign, to have nothing of value or something to remember, that's a big detriment to the whole franchise.
Yeah. No, it really is because I just like I cannot stand at all that like what they did with Halo 4 like and Halo 5 in general. Halo 4 is at least somewhat okay because like I do remember Halo 4 a little bit and that's where they introduced those new enemy types and everything and like that was fun. I enjoyed that one, but like Halo 3 is like always the most memorable one to me,
Oh, yeah.
especially with like going out of my way to collect all the skulls and like the end too, like with the rings or whatever, where you have to like jump through the rings to get the one skull. Like
Yeah.
that one was fun. Loved doing that. And then like the ending to it as well, with like how many people redid the ending with it with like songs like Highway to Hell playing.
Yeah.
Like, oh my God, I love that. And then like the multiplayer too has like gone downhill for me as well, because like Halo 4 introduced Forge World.
Mm-hmm.
And Forge World, so nice of you to include it, but like you went from like Halo 3 Forge where you had like sandbox, like that map for instance. And you could clear the whole bottom of that. There was a whole empty top part of it and everything. And like even that, it's like perfect. Chef's kiss there. All you need to do is do a few tweaks to the forge so we didn't have to stack stuff on top of each other and then delete the bottom stuff to make things float. All you had to do was just make us be able to put things in the air. And in Halo 4, we got Forge World, and I was like, it's not just a vacant map. It's not just empty. I can't just like lay things. It's like there's
Oh.
trees and there's hills. Come on.
That right there, that's my next big bullet point for where Halo went wrong. Halo Combat Evolved. Peanut butter and jelly sandwich. Halo 2, peanut butter jelly sandwich. Halo 3, peanut butter jelly sandwich with a bag of potato chips on the side because it was that damn good.
No, no, no. With like potato chips like sprinkled inside of it because that's
Inside
really good.
because of the crunch, the
Yeah.
textures. Then you get to
Yeah.
Halo 4, peanut butter sandwich because you're losing the jelly where things start to fall off. Then you get to Halo 5. It's a jelly sandwich because you forgot the peanut butter.
Oh,
Halo
I
Infinite.
thought you were gonna just say, "Oh, it's bread."
No, hey, wait, there's more. You get to Halo Infinite, and it's just the bread sandwich. The one through line for Halo 4 all the way up to Infinite. Albeit, this is more of an Infinite thing because that's the biggest part of the puzzle here. You don't ship with Forge mode. The thing, again, whenever you think about Halo fans will tell you Forge mode is a big part of it. And again, as much as Halo Infinite did not have stuff for multiplayer, you think that a Forge mode that came straight out of the box and was a part of the community, that would have helped that little lull of no content. And to not ship the game with a mode that has been previously packed in and just a synonymous part of the Halo franchise in general, that is such a big miss, and it's something that personally I feel like they haven't recovered from.
Yeah, no, like it really is. And I just everything about it for me is just disappointing at this point because Halo Infinite just doesn't land for me. Like I said, I haven't played the multiplayer in a long time. I haven't even messed around with Forge because I just didn't care
Yeah.
to. So like I don't know, maybe I'd feel different if I went back and actually played it a little bit, see what they did to it, try out Forge mode and everything. But like it's never gonna beat that same feeling of like uh okay, so like in Halo 3, did you ever play the infection game mode that people used to make?
Oh, of course. I've played any and all those maps, man, for hours.
Like I remember like the horror of like people making their own maps that were like real tight quarters and everything, like
Yeah.
mazes. And like one person would just be the infected and like they'd be like stuck in a pod like right at the beginning and they like 30 seconds in they'd break free and then you'd be like, "Oh crap, where are they? Where are they?" And all of a sudden they would just come around the corner and bam, you'd be dead and everything. Now I just feel like you can't capture that in any of the new Halo games.
It, I feel like you can, but it's also up to them whenever this next Halo comes out, not campaign evolved, because that's just campaign. Again, a weird thing there I want to talk about just a little bit. But for the Forge mode aspect of it all, you had a community that is clearly vested in Forge mode, and you see what Fortnite is doing with their creator islands, and not to bring in that whole live service aspect of it all, but Fortnite understood that there is a community there that's willing to build these game modes, help them thrive, and there's a nice little through line where creators can earn money off of it. Don't you think that those creators from the Halo 3 days, from the Reach days, from when Forge mode was very prominent, don't you think they would have been incentivized to at least like give it a go and see like, hey, or if there's new creators out there, to be like, oh, like I'm gonna build maps and like create something in Halo that was not available at launch for Infinite. And with the new movement systems, with the new like grapple hook and everything, I haven't played custom games for that mode or for that game at all. But at launch, that's when this stuff matters. That's whenever you're like, oh, I'm going to play Forge mode with my friends. And even then, co op was promised in that game and it never came. So it's just so like 343, now Halo Studios, missed so much out of the gate that would have helped them. And it's just a thing now. It's like, you gotta press the reset button, and that's what they're doing with Campaign Evolved.
Yeah, I mean, so with Campaign Evolved, what do you think the odds are that like we get like basically what is essentially a reboot of the whole Halo franchise?
Hmm.
Like, no, I'm not saying like, oh, okay, they remake the
Yeah.
game. So what do you think the odds are that like they remake the first one and then they make a sequel that is essentially like a remake, but they add their own content to it. Like they add new content to it to expand it and everything. And then they do the same thing with three. And like they make their own like new revised Halo timeline, basically.
This is such a fascinating question because I do see what they're doing with, like, here are the prequel missions with Sergeant Johnson and Master Chief,
Yeah.
like that thing. And it's like, oh, like that was never explored before in the Halo world. Again, you ask me deep lore about the books and everything. Couldn't tell you. I just play the games. But you see that, and then you're like, okay, like Halo Campaign Evolved to me feels like the appetizer to what the next Halo could be. And for me, if I look down the road here, I do see a world where the next Halo, like Halo game, could be just Halo 2, where it's like Unreal Engine 5, Halo 2, here's the campaign, and we're going to add stories to it. But then it's like, do you go the route of it? Like, is Infinite 2 even worth doing? Me personally, don't think so. I don't think the future of Halo could hinge on a continuation of that story. Personally, what I would like to see, give Master Chief a rest. There are a ton of other Spartans you could go back to and say, like, hey, this is like a Spartan story. Spartan
Do what
A42.
they did in Halo Reach.
Exactly. Where it's like, there are other Spartans. There were other Spartans. You go in Halo Infinite, you find other dead Spartans there. It's like, wouldn't there be like a incentivizing story like they did it with Spartan Locke? Like that was a thing ish. Like, why not?
Yeah, I mean, like I 100% think that they could do that. I think they could just pull another reach and just like follow another character storyline or follow a group of characters and then there you go. That would be great to me.
Yeah.
And I would be totally down for that. Like I said, I think it would be interesting though if they did like a whole, oh, okay, we're rebooting the campaign essentially where they like go, okay, this is like an alternate campaign that we could have done or something, or like this is a different story that follows more accurately to, because you can correct me if I'm wrong. Like I know there's books, but it was like the books that came first, right? Like
Yeah, the books,
the
all that
games are
was.
based off of like a bunch of books. So like why don't they just do a camp like why don't they just like reboot the campaign and just follow the books like beat for beat? Like
I,
make it exact to like each one of the books or whatever, or the comics or whatever,
yeah,
and then there you go.
it is such a layup for that stuff because one, I look Steve Downs, the legend himself, the voice of Master Chief. He's getting up there in age where it's like, I think he even said like he's retired, like he does not have it in him, or he doesn't think that there's much more Halo ahead of him than there is behind him. And at that point, you're running into that Charles Martinet thing where it's like, there's gonna be a changing of the guard, whether the audience likes it or not. And it's like, don't you think to like give that bridge to the next Halo that potentially does include Master Chief, where it's like, oh, like here is Spartan Team X or whatever. Or me personally, I think there's so much untapped potential in the Flood where it's like, what if
Oh, for sure.
what if we do like spin-offs where it's like a horror based Flood thing, or like what Call of Duty does with zombies, like make a mode where you're friggin' Spartans fighting off the Flood. Like, again, simple layups that I think are here for Halo that have not been taken, surprisingly, given all the crap that they've done. And then this is without even talking about the TV show, which I think have also done irreparable damage to the franchise. It's just amazing to me that certain things haven't been done here yet.
I agree with you there. I think that it would be amazing if they did like if they took some liberties at least and did some really cool and interesting things. Even if it's like, them testing the waters on things and like just going, "Oh, okay, well, you know what, in campaign evolved, we have like a fort like well, not a forge, blah. I keep wanting to say forge modes, but like they have like a flood mode
Yeah.
where it's like, oh yeah, we're just testing it out just for a future game or something like they did with zombies. Like, just throw in like their own like version of like Nocturne and Toten and be like, yep, you're just gonna survive in like this little warehouse or something against the flood to see how long you can go or whatever. And then, that maybe that'll become something different. Maybe it'll become its own game. Maybe they'll do something cool with it. But like I could see that happening. I could definitely see them doing like maybe they test out like a campaign forge mode or something at some point where they go, "Oh, okay, make your own campaign missions." You know, some way somehow.
Halo Maker, like Mario Maker. I again,
Yeah.
apples to oranges there, but like, not to cut you off, but I also think Halo is just in such a bad state where it's like, why not? Like, what do you have to lose here? Because it's not like a God of War franchise where it's like releasing a bum multiplayer game could damage the image of the product. Halo is already in the dumps, already kind of down there. It's going everywhere. So why not? Why not try? Get a little experimental, you know?
Yeah. I mean, it's like if you're already in the dumps anyway, like you said, why not just go, okay, let's try something experimental, see something new, see what people think of it. If they hate it, oh well, at least we tried, you know?
Because then you can say, as Halo Studios, we are trying to push the medium forward. Right now, what I'm seeing is, okay, Halo's kind of like sucky right now. Give them the first Halo game to like wet the whistle. Again, might I add you, a game technically has been released 3 times. You include the original, you include the Halo Combat Evolved remaster that we got, and then you include Master Chief Collection, which,
Yeah.
as a Halo fan, like I said earlier this week, I'm not that incentivized to go out and get this game. If this was Halo 2 or, God forbid, Halo 3, I would be day one pre order the max edition. Sign me up.
Yeah.
But again, here we are playing Halo Combat Evolved.
Yeah, exactly. Like if like you said, if it was Halo 3, I would be all over it. I would be jumping up and down, going like, "Yes, it's finally being remade. The
Yeah,
best Halo game ever made."
yeah.
But no, it's not that one. It's never gonna be that one.
And
It's
just
always gonna be the first one because that's the only one they care about.
and just in closing, I do think the way forward, at least what we're going to be seeing from Halo Studios, is the Unreal Engine remakes of 2, 3. If they want to get crazy, do Reach and ODST. That'd be pretty friggin' sweet. But
That would be cool.
I do think in the next few years, that is what we're going to be getting. And then at some point, sprinkled in between those things, those projects, I do think the next big Halo will be a not a full canon reset, but like a hard point of like this is now the story of Halo going forward. Like we're doing this. Like this is our thing now, where it's like Unreal Engine,
Yeah.
clear benchmark, clean cut story. We don't know if it'll be Master Chief or if it'll be something new.
Like I said, I want there to be like uncut versions of all the stories, just like, hey, here you go. If we're gonna do a remake, at least do a remake in the style of like Final Fantasy VII remake, where it's like it's the same story for the most part, but there's some major differences.
Yeah.
And like whether that be added missions, maybe they just diverge from the original story, but then like loop back to it or something by telling a side story. I don't know. But I want there to be some like substantial reason for getting a remake,
Yeah.
not just playing the game over again.
Yeah, it's again. I don't think Halo has anything to lose right now, especially if we're going multi-platform. People are gonna buy it and play it, and I think now is the time to test the waters for what works and what doesn't, especially prior to your next big mainline entry. It'll set you up for the best thing possible. But do you have any final thoughts here?
No, I'm just like, I want them to move forward with grace. I don't want them to, flounder like they've been doing.
They can't afford to, because if we get another very bad launch like Infinite, it's seriously coming into a question, do we ever see another Halo game again? And for Xbox, I don't think you want to risk that. So, I'm hoping for good days ahead. I love Halo. It's just something I need to see back, at least to some semblance of prominence. Just get me something good. Make me feel good, Halo. I don't ask for much. I just don't ask for more butt cheeks in your TV show. Don't need it. Don't need to see Master Chief's butt cheeks. Could have lived without it. Hey, for people out there who haven't seen the show, that's a thing. That's canon. But this is where I'm going to pass it off to the audience here. What are your thoughts on the Halo franchise? What could they do moving forward? What do you think the path forward after Campaign Evolved is? Let us know in the comments down below, or join our Discord to talk about it more, because hey, I won't shut up about Halo, so let's have a conversation there. But for this episode of Community Kitchen, I've been Kalo, joined by Aiden, and we'll see you guys next time.
We're gonna get remade.
If you enjoyed today's video and want more content just like this, consider subscribing to Game Sandwich for all your news, rumors, and reviews. And we'll see you guys next time.